Recorder, please. Great. Hey, everybody. Welcome from all over the globe to the Friday Night Live. I'm Ron Halbert, and my co-host Lynn Nakamoto is on here. First, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. There's not much to say. I'm a retired police officer. It was a great career, but the problem was you dealt with negativity and people that are traumatized pretty much every day. So it was fun some days, terrible some days, but we have found a refreshing solution to that. You know what that's called? On passive.
Yep.
Okay. I got in December 14th of 2020. My upline from another company shared this with me, and I am so blessed that she did, because it has changed my way of thinking, and it has changed my life already before we even go into a global launch. So Lynn, go ahead and introduce yourself, and then go ahead and introduce our guest.
Forgot to unmute myself. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Friday Night Live. Not much to say about me either. I'm just a regular person. I'm from Hawaii, worked there all my life, and then it was time to retire, so I came to Florida. And I'm lucky somebody shared On Passive with me, because that has changed my life forever in a very positive way. I believe that even with On Passive being in pre-launch, I've gained so much, even before the company launches. It's hard to describe, but the relationships I have with fellow founders and with leaders is really special. And I feel like I've developed as a person, just through doing webinars, and I'm a different person today because of On Passive. And I'm so grateful to Ash Mufara and the company, and to all of you fellow founders. So that's what I want to say about me. And
Lynn, before you introduce them, let's everybody say a happy birthday to Richard Lamoth from Ontario, Canada, and Richard DeLorme. Happy birthday, guys.
William DeLorme.
Billy boy.
My birthday too.
Happy birthday. Who's?
Christina's birthday too. Christina Dodd.
Hey, happy birthday, Christina.
Happy birthday,
Happy birthday to the mic.
Happy birthday. We got a girl who has a birthday.
Happy birthday, everyone.
Christina. A can of worms there.
Thank you, William.
And a mighty happy birthday to the great Shorty.
And happy birthday, Shorty.
Happy birthday, Shorty.
Happy birthday, Shorty. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, we're ready to roll. I'm going to mute everybody, and then you can unmute yourselves as you want to speak. All right. All right, I'd like to introduce our special guest today. We have Bob Takusi. I affectionately call him Uncle Bob, as do many of us. Uncle Bob is from Cameroon, but he's now living in Bel Air, Maryland. He worked in the IT industry for 23 years in various fields, and he currently works as a security analyst. He is married and has 2 children, a daughter aged 20 and a son aged 18. And he is the leader of O Winners, a really special group within On Passive. And I'd like to also introduce Oliver Fonte. I also call him Uncle Oliver. He has been in the United States for over 30 years. He's from Cameroon, and he has worked in the IT industry for over 20 years. He's married and has 2 daughters, and he works as an IT security consultant. So let's give them a warm welcome. They're going to talk about O Connect and O Chat tonight. Thank you.
Hey, hey, hey. Hello, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. My name is Bob Takusi. As Miss Lynn said, I'm speaking to you from Bel Air, Maryland. I want to really appreciate, this honor that you've given me to come to this Friday Night Live, this special edition of Friday Night Live, I would say, as we are now right at the course of, making history, all of us together with our founder, Mr. Ash Mufareh. I want to also wish Richard, William, and Christina a happy birthday. This is a special day for you, and you are here because you know the power of what OnPassive brings to all of us. So today we're going to just highlight one of our products, OConnect. Mind you, like Ms. Lee said, we've been in the industry for quite a while. We use most of these products, something similar to what we are bringing forth to the world. And I can tell you with absolute certainty that every single one of OnPassive products have no match right now. OnPassive is beating every single product that is currently in the market. And I'm going to demonstrate, with some features that we have and what we currently have in the industry. Mr. Ash Mufareh is a man and a half in his thinking. What OnPassive is bringing to the world is something that we've never seen before. When we talk of OConnect, as we all know, is a video conference. Video conference. Just like we're using Zoom right now, Zoom is a video conference. Now, just the interface of OConnect is impeccable. For those of us who've been here for a while, I'm sure we saw a demo maybe around about a year ago when Mr. Ash showed us just the interface, the dashboard, what you see. It is beyond words. Crispy clean images is like the images could jump out at you. Very clear. It's like you're wearing a three-dimensional glasses to see those. That's how bright and clear they are. Very clean. High definition, high quality audio, video. Crispy, high definition. I mean, you can't get it any better. Currently, there are several video conference platforms out there. There are more than 20. I use Cisco WebEx. WebEx is made by Cisco. My brother Oliver uses Microsoft Teams. Those are the two most popular video conference platforms that are used in the industry right now. So we have first-hand information to give you these differences. I use Cisco WebEx. I can tell you a few features that we are bringing out to the world that are going to really distinguish us. I'll talk of a few of them, and then I'll give room for my brother Oliver to come in, and then he will also add some meat to what I've said, and then we'll move on to the next product. The first thing I want to emphasize to all of us here is the security. The security that is embedded inside OConnect. OConnect is encrypted from one end of the communication channel right up to the destination. That means as I'm sitting here right now, as I speak to you, Ron or Lynn, this communication channel cannot be intercepted by anybody. It is encrypted. Security. Built with artificial intelligence, that means by default, it has an extra layer of security. Artificial intelligence comes with its own default security. So it cannot be hacked. We know right now that Zoom is a very popular platform. With the pandemic and everything, Zoom became very popular. They've made a lot of money, but they have a lot of flaws. A lot of flaws. If you Google Zoom and the FTC right now as we speak. Just Google Zoom FTC. About 6 months ago, or if you go to Business Insider magazine, Business Insider, you realize that about 6 months ago, Zoom settled the case with the Federal Trade Commission. Privately, they didn't make any noise about it because they were charged that they are misleading their customers, that they are encrypted. They are not, because we know of several instances where people have had video Zoom conferences and they have been hacked. Most of us have probably have that, that experience. So Zoom quietly settled that matter, but it's online. Go Google Zoom and FTC, you see it, you know. So, but OnPassive comes with her default artificial intelligence that gives us security, but she's encrypted from one end to another. We are unhackable. You cannot hack our video conference session. It's not possible. So that's one feature that I wanted to highlight and bring out right out of the gate. The second significant feature that we have that most of these other video conference platforms do not have is our scalability. We all know that. We've heard Mr. Ash Mufara has told us several times how they have been testing the scalability, right? The scalability just means that there's no limit to how many users can log into a session. Is it 100,000? Do you have a company of 100,000? You have a O Connect session, everybody can join in. Is it 1 million? Is it 500,000? So remember one time Mr. Ash was telling us that they are testing the scalability they went to 10,000 to 100,000. Yes, so they have tested that scalability, and right now, OnPassive O Connect does not have a limit. So if you have a company, large corporation, global, around the world, we can accommodate you. And guess what? One price. Licensing issues, no. So OnPassive is going to really, really, really make a headway through the market because of that has scalability. Another cute feature that we have that we are bringing in, and I will say this and distinguish this with my current situation at work. I had a meeting 2 weeks ago. We're doing something called proof of concept. We're looking at certain products, comparing, we wanted to use the products to help us in our security analysis of our third parties that we do business with. So we had 3 products, and we are doing this analysis to figure out the best one. So my boss and I were having a WebEx meeting, but only one person can share their screen. So she's seeing something else at one end, I'm seeing something else at the other end. If we had O Connect, OnPassive O Connect, we would both share our screens. She was telling me that, no, hey, Bob, this has this has that. I said, no, no, that's not right, you know. So, but she had to get off for me to get in and show her my screen. And then I get out and she gets back in to show me her screen. Right now, this feature does not exist here. I don't know about Microsoft Teams or WebEx and all the other video conference platforms that are out there. It doesn't exist. So if we had O Connect, we'll have dual screen sharing. So you can share your screen, I can share my screen simultaneously. That's a very, 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 very significant enhancement to our video conference platforms. But the last and most significant reason why I believe it was here last time that I came and I said OnPassive is going to take maybe 90% of the market. That was a modest statement, actually. This feature, the auto language translator, is what is going to distinguish us. As we get into the market and people find out about this feature, the auto language translator, I don't know who will want to use other products, other video conference platforms. I don't know who. The auto language translator. This is where Mr. Mufare and our guys, our partners, engineers in Hyderabad, in India, they have done a masterful job. using artificial intelligence. Because what they do here is, as you speak, the auto language translator, it captures your speech. They use an AI feature, the speech recognition. So they capture your speech as you speak. They convert it into digital text instantly. They convert it into digital text, and then they translate it instantly to the language of the recipient at the other end. So for instance, yes, I like that applause, please. For instance, I'm here right now. Let's say Richard Lamont. Lamont sounds like a French name, or Ontario. I don't know if you are in Quebec. Let's say you are in Quebec, you are in France, you are a French-speaking somebody, Richard, for instance. You speak French. I'm here in Bel Maryland, I'm speaking to you in English. As I speak to you in English, the system captures it, translates it, and you can hear me in French, in your language of choice. So the system is smart enough, intelligent enough to recognize your system settings, your country, and your language, and then it will know that that's the language that the speech should come out as. You see, that's amazing. But let's put this in a business context. How this impacts business worldwide, globally. Let's assume that the CEO of Toyota Corporation is in Japan. He's a Japanese guy. I forgot his name. The CEO of Toyota. Toyota Corporation is a very big corporation all over the world. They have subcontractors all over the United States, Europe, everywhere, Africa, all over the world. So this CEO could do a worldwide corporate broadcast meeting to every employee of Toyota. I don't know how many hundred thousands of contractors, subcontractors, and employees they have. They can do one solid webinar. He can come into his conference room in Tokyo and speak to his employees and contractors, subcontractors all over the world. He's speaking to them in Japanese. As he speaks in Japanese, those of us who are here in North America, we can hear him in English. North America, Europe, we can hear him in English. France, you will hear him in French. Germany, you will hear him in German. China, you'll hear him in Chinese. Dubai, for instance, they will hear him in Arabic. Israel, they will hear him in Hebrew. So as of now, from my understanding, at least right now, we know that they are going to be translated to about 50 plus languages. But for now, right now, I think what they have right now is about 12 or so. 12 languages are going to go out with the Oconnect when we go to our premiere launch, as Madi wants us to call it now. You know? So just imagine that what that does to commerce around the world, or communication, or business transactions. So you can discuss, you can negotiate a contract with someone in the other part of the world and sign it. You are both seeing your screen, you are sharing your screen simultaneously, you are negotiating your contracts, you are signing your contract, you are executing everything at the same time. It could be in different languages or you know, same languages. So I wanted to just bring out this feature real quick for us to see the difference. OnPassive is 5 years ahead already of everything that we have in the industry right now. I use Cisco WebEx. We don't have these features. We don't. It doesn't exist in Microsoft Teams to the best of my knowledge. OnPassive O Connect is a big time money maker, as I see it. So I'm going to let Oliver come in and maybe add some meat into what I've said, and then we can talk some more and then continue.
Yeah, hey everybody. Hey, hey, hey. Let me talk like Chris Johnson. Hey, hey, hey. I want to thank everybody and hey, happy birthday to all the birthday boys and the birthday girls. So yeah, O Connect. I just want to first say our products are, you know, what Ash has done with our techs in Hyderabad. They've done a wonderful job. Being in the industry for all this while, use some of those products that OnPassive and our techs in Heidelberg, they've taken us to the next level. Like Uncle Bob said, we are 5 years ahead of all the other products in the market. That is true, 100%. I agree. I agree 100%. There's no product in the market like what OnPassive we have now. In all the 53 products, we are leading in the technology. And when you look into our products, I always talk about three things. Our artificial intelligence that is embedded in all the products. Come again, 100% automated. Come again, the integration. These three things, I don't see any of our products or the products that are now in the market that they do have those products. Let me go All Connect, since we'll talk about All Connect. All Connect will permit us or the customers to create as many events as they need. You can also use it, and our customers will also be able to use it to plan and schedule and prepare hundreds of events and accessible to their dashboard. They can manage as many events that I don't see any that is in the industry. I'm using Microsoft Teams. I also use Teams. There's none. Come again, like Uncle Bob talked about the security, the password. You can create a password to secure the event room. As the participant, like we want to come in here now, there's a password for us that we can use. All Connect again, we can use it. It has high definition in the audios and their videos. Now we can see all of us in here, but the picture is fuzzy. It's not that clear. But with All Connect, since it has artificial intelligence in it, the pictures are going to be crystal clear. They're going to be crystal clear. Because artificial intelligence has that capability that it will brighten. And for what I don't know, but I'm suspecting that it also runs on fiber optic. Because when I look at the pictures and in the other products that we do have, when they display them, the sound system, the sound and the pictures, the way they are cleared, I know that Ash must have, those guys there in Hyderabad, they must have used fiber optic. Again, every meeting is easy you can record and display them and replay them anyhow you want. Those are the features. I don't see any of them, from Zoom to WebEx to Cisco WebEx to Microsoft Teams. I don't see any of these features that I've talked about. Come again now about integration. All Connect. Already we all know that All Connect is integrated into Academy. Can you beat that? That is one of the most powerful features that all our products, OnPassive products, the 53 products, they can talk to each other. When you look at Microsoft 365, you have Word, Excel, PowerPoint. If I want to open and work on Word document or PowerPoint presentation, I have to minimize one to bring up the other one to work on it. But with all the OnPassive products, including All Connect, you can work with them simultaneously. These are features that you cannot see. Uncle Bob just talked about dual screen sharing. That is a very powerful feature that we also have in All Connect. That we can talk as if Lynn, Ron, Richard, we can be talking as if we are in a conference room face to face. We can talk as if we are face to face. We can have documents, review those documents, edit them, sign them. as if we are all in the same place. Lynn might be in Germany, Ron might be in France, Richard might be in wherever, and we review those documents simultaneously, edit them, and sign without traveling. This is something that all these other products, they do not have. When you look, any CEO will want to cut down costs. This is when we talk about the cost benefit analysis with the CEOs. They want to cut down costs. They don't want to pay for, when O Connect will come, CEOs will not spend money for hotels to pay employees or the executive to travel. They will not pay them to go sign treaties or agreement or whatnot. You sit in your office, use O Connect, dual screening, edit projects, contracts, sign them. $5,000 for one of the executive employees that were supposed to travel. The money stays in the company. Me, I believe we are going to clear the market 100%. Come again with O Connect. You can send it by email to other places. And O Connect, again, as I know about the security, it runs on web application. Web application also comes with its own security. Web application will not take space on your machine, on your laptop, on any of your devices, because it's running on a web application. And with web application, you can access O Connect in the most remote area on this planet Earth. O Connect again plus artificial intelligence. Wherever you are, if you have 3G or 2G, it step you up to, if you're on 2G, it will step you up to 3G. If you're on 3G, it will step you up to 4G. I don't see any of these that are now today from Zoom, Cisco WebEx, and the rest. I don't see any of them, those features. I see CNN, they do use Cisco WebEx. I laugh. They will all come to O Connect.
Yep.
I heard Ash Mufara say one time that if we can take 5% of the market, not 5% of the market, we are going to take 100% of the market. With all these features that Uncle Bob and myself we've elaborated about O Connect, tell me which company that can compete with us. We are about 5-10 years ahead of all the tech companies. By the time they want to get where we are, we'll move another 10 or 100 steps ahead. Because our products, that's why when I want to say anything about OnPassive, I start with the products. Our products, all the features, I've listed 3 things in all the OnPassive products. You have integration, 100% 100% automated, and artificial intelligence embedded in all our products from scratch. What Google is doing, I don't like calling their names, but I have to call it. What Google and Microsoft they are doing, they are just patching. They do the patch. It's not the same when you patch a software or a product. It's not the same like when it's from, you build it from scratch upward. What Microsoft is doing, they go and buy little companies, and Facebook, they go and buy, Facebook went and bought WhatsApp for $19 billion. All our products are OnPassive products from scratch. That is what we are talking about. So tell me, which tech company can compete with us? OnPassive, O Connect is in Academy. Look at Academy. You prepare your classes with O Connect. Students are all over the world. They follow your lectures by using O Connect. That is why O Connect is integrated into Academy. Yeah. I would leave it there and let Uncle Bob go on with the O chart.
Yeah, but just to add a couple of points, thank you, Oliver, beautiful. O Connect also, you have a direct link from your O Connect to go to YouTube. So we can be having a session, an O Connect session, video conference. And then in that video conference, we just launch YouTube. How could you say you don't need to get out of your screen and go out? No, you go directly and you connect directly to YouTube. And then you can also integrate a lot of your links that you have. And during a session, you bring them all out. And I believe there's also a speech to text feature where I think it's for the hearing impaired. So those who cannot hear, there's a speech to text feature where I think as we're speaking, the text is running along the screen. So they have that speech to text feature. But I also want to highlight one more thing where Oliver made reference to CNN, and it triggered something in my memory. Right now, if you follow these media companies, CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, they either use Cisco WebEx for their correspondent when they are trying to correspond with the other journalists out of the office, out of the studio. They use Cisco WebEx or Zoom. Each time, if you want, just follow this. Just keep this in mind as you watch them moving forward. Each time you watch them, there's a problem. There's either audio problem or they get disconnected. Every single time that I've sat in front of the TV to watch these news outlets, guess what will happen? This will not happen with Connect. Connect is a smart intelligence system running on artificial intelligence. So it fixes the problem as a problem occurs seamlessly without you even knowing that there was a problem. So if there's an audio problem, the system recognizes the problem and takes care of it, you see. And with time, as they collect more data, machine learning, it even perfects itself with time. But for now, the system is going to correct itself. So we'll not have all this problem. And then think also about CNN is all over the world. They have correspondents all over the world. How could they use our auto language translator? Imagine CNN with journalists in all parts of the world that's corresponding and they can hear. Yeah, so that's also going to be a big one for that's a big market that we are probably going to tap into majorly. So
before we go to the next topic of OChat, I wanted to see if any of the attendees here today might have any comments or questions, because we are all using Zoom webinar, right? We use it all the time, attending or co-hosting, what have you. So they may have questions about some of the content that you shared about OConnect. I wanted to make sure they have the opportunity to ask. So if there's anybody having questions about that, about OConnect. I have a question about the bandwidth requirement, because I use Zoom webinars every day. I myself give Zoom webinars daily, and I find that when participants come from areas where their network is poor, they have a difficult time. Sometimes they can't even get onto my webinar, or if they get onto it, they get booted out because they're in an area with a weak network. So what I understand is that with OConnect, this is not going to be a problem anymore because we're requiring a very little bandwidth. And I wondered if you could expand on that so that we could understand what that means.
I think like Oliver said, depending on the network, if you are running on maybe like a 2G network, right, where it has a lower bandwidth, with the artificial intelligence, it upgrades you automatically. So that would actually help in your connectivity issues. It could solve your connectivity issue, yes, because your bandwidth is going to be increased. However, we know Mr. Ash Mufara is talking about going around the world and setting satellites. So that's something that's in the back of his mind to also enhance, those kinds of problems. I don't know if Oliver has anything to add to that.
Yes, I do have some. You like I talk about the web application.
Mhm.
Web application, you know, that's why I said our techs in Heidelberg and Mr. Ash, they are genius, because with what they came out, you know, like I said, when you have 2G, like most of the African countries and other countries, they have 2Gs. Some of their phone 2 or 3Gs. When you use any unpassive products like O-Connect, it step you up automatically because you have the artificial intelligence and the web application.
Mhm.
These two features will automatically take you up and increase your bandwidth and your speed. And your network will also be very clear and pure, because we do have the web application, and the web application has a lot of features there also that is going to step up by one, and you have AI also at the other hand. So if let's say all connect now with that is also integrated into Academy, you want to use it with Academy, man, tell me how good that is going to be. So there will be nothing like I have low I don't have speed, my phone is slow because I don't have space, all those stuff. You're not going to have it with our products. The technology that is in all our products, in fact, that's why I say we are going to sweep the market. On passive products, we are going to sweep the market. When Ash talk, at times I laugh because I know I can imagine what is coming. Yeah, thank you.
I think this.
Related to my question before we go to Dave's question, when I'm on a webinar and we play a video, it's really horrible. The video lags, it's grainy, and if we attempt to sing along with the song, it's horrible. It's not synchronized. We sound horrible. And I wondered how it's going to be with O-Connect.
It will not happen. Okay, Bob. Okay.
Go ahead, Oliver. Mhm.
Yeah, and with O-Connect, it's not going to happen. I just said two things here about artificial intelligence and the web. It will not happen with us. At times, when you look at Zoom at times, or any of this other product, when you look at CNN, you look when they do present at times, it's fuzzy. It's not clear. With unpassive, you will know we are not going to have it. We are not going to have it because that tells you that their AI that they're trying to patch is not going to be the same like our own AI is embedded from scratch upward.
Mhm.
It's like you are building your house without a solid foundation. Now you come to patch. That's the only example I can give. You know, so our products, O-Connect, is the pictures are going to be clear. And there's one thing, like I said, I'm sure I don't know. I'm still guessing, technological wise, that we might be using fiber optics in some of our products.
Connections.
Like O-Connect, because when I look at some of the pictures and the sound system, it's very clear. If you look at somebody that has a Verizon, because Verizon has fiber optic right to your house. Right to your house. If you look at the pictures, they are very clear. But so take that if you have fiber optics in your house, Verizon, then take that Verizon has also artificial intelligence, and it's also on web, is running on web application. How is that going to be? Lynn, it's as if I'm talking to you, you're in front of me, you are clear. You know, the sound, I get all the little sound that come. If you drop a pen or a coin, I'll get that sound beside you. That's how our O-Connect is going to look like. Yeah, thank you.
I think Zoom's days might be numbered then.
Yeah, there's somebody in our team says Zoom.
Yeah.
It's going to be
not
going to do that well. Yeah, I think so. It sounds that's going to happen. Thank you for explaining that to me. Next, we have Dave Angelic from Canada. Go ahead and ask your question, Dave.
Okay, my understanding, the last time that Ash was talking about OConnect was that the translation was not going to be speech to speech, but it was going to be speech to text. And the translation was done in the text only to start with. Did I hear him wrong?
I confirm what I just told you with Jeffrey Murlock, because I was also as confused as you are. I had a conversation with him and he clarified me what I just told you.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So if you see, even if you go to the website, you will see that they have auto language translator, and then they also have speech to text. You see? Yeah. So look it up.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dave. That's a good thing to clarify. Appreciate
yeah.
it.
Yes.
Yes.
It's on the website. They have auto language translator. It is separate from speech to text.
Right. I saw that myself. Yeah.
Mhm.
I see. All right. Next, we have Engineer Mike Ojantambia. Go ahead and
Hello,
ask your
good evening,
question.
everybody.
Hi, Mike.
Good evening, everybody. Happy birthday to William, Richard, and the lady. Thank you very much once more. Thank you, Uncle Bob and Uncle Oliver. My question goes like this. There are so many times we'll be in a Zoom meeting and with the CEO, say Ajmo Fare, when we get into capacity, he start putting people up, just kicking people out. So we know that our systems will be so good, crystal clear, translations and all that, and AI is embedded in it. And so the question goes to you, either of you, Uncle Bob or Uncle Oliver, can you tell us, like, how are we different from the Zoom when it concerns population? How will it play when people log in many? It kicks people out. Everywhere we are with the CEO, say Ajmo Fare, sometimes it kicks people out. Even him himself, Zoom used to kick him out. So what measures are in our own system that will let us have many people in a Zoom, in a all connect session? Thank you very much.
Yes, I just said that. Maybe you came late. Our scalability. Remember, there was a meeting where Mr. Ash came and was telling us how they were testing the scalability at that time, right? There's no limit.
Yes, sir.
Yes, you know, for Zoom, if you, I think it's like $300 for 1,000 people capacity, and I think their limit is like 25,000. They have a limit we don't have, and they have tested the elasticity of that, of the whole thing. You see, so they've gone from 10,000 to 100,000 to 1 million to 10 million. They have done a robust test using load testing. You know, they make up the data, they make up the load. You know, they jam the system. They've tested it for him to conclude that our scalability is unlimited. That means any number of people can join. So there will not be any crowding at the door, at the gate, where people will come in and then you have to kick off somebody and not kick off somebody. And the artificial intelligence is there also helping you to sort things out naturally.
Okay.
Seamlessly, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. I listened to your presentation all on Oliver from start to finish.
Okay.
But what I wanted is for some people to really understand what
or to hear. Okay, it was for the benefit for other people. Yeah. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. But to understand what we got as our Connect.
There's no limit. Sir. There's no limit.
Let me also add something. Let me also add something on that. We know that, like I said, that all our products, including OConnect, we all have artificial intelligence is embedded from scratch. As the company grows, we gather more data.
More data, yes.
More data now. We use those more data now to efficient artificial intelligence. It's a machine learning.
Mm-hmm.
So by that doing, also, you know, AI alone has a lot of features that our CEO and our tech, they've tapped into it and they've made use of it. So the more data we get, the more efficiency our products are going to be. Thank you.
Wow.
Yep.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Yes, William.
Hi, William. Go ahead and ask your question.
Hello. Thank you for the mushrooms. Mushrooms are going to get very powerful, hey, Richard? With the old founders, we're going to start kissing old founder sight. My question is, I worked at JDS and building switches, fiber optic switches. Now, what they were saying, the difference between fiber optics and electricity is you can put electricity like a lightning. It's very erratic and it hits the ground. Fiber optics, when it travels in waves. So I seen a computer at the company and pictures very clear. So compared to electricity and fiber optics, it's two different worlds. So my question is, how much fiber optics are they going to use? Where are they using it, and how are they using it?
Yes, let me take that. I mentioned, we've seen all the features that comes with our products, and fiber optic is not mentioned in there. But
yeah, so he's suspecting.
I'm just suspecting, like as in the technological, as I'm in the tech field, when I look at how crystal clear our pictures are and the sound quality, that's why I say I'm suspecting that they should be using fiber optic. And then the fiber optic again with AI, that's what make our products perfect. But we should wait and see for the final, when we have the final requirement or the features that will come with the product, then we can tell. But I just said that from based on my own judgment, what I've seen, because fiber optic is very powerful also.
Yes. Thank you. Let me also remind everyone that we are just like everyone here. We have no knowledge of inside information. Typically, in a development shop, before we speak like this, we must have seen at least requirements document where we can read it and know exactly the system specifications so we can explain. So we are just looking from the outside like everyone, but when Mr. Ash Mufara speaks, we hear him differently. So we can interpret what he's saying. So please bear that in mind. We don't have all the specific, like if you ask me direct questions, the only question that maybe Madi might know more than I, So we're just looking at the system from the outside, read a few things that they have out there and then interpret them.
That answer you there, William?
Yes, thank you.
All right.
Thank you,
great.
William.
Marty, you want to come out? You had a comment you wanted to say about something on Zoom?
Yeah, it's funny. I was just thinking about what Bob just said. And Oliver, they're going to see things. Listen, when Ash talks, he's talking to people, the layman that doesn't understand. And he's also talking to people that have an idea. So he hears one thing, somebody else hears something else or whatever. Well, I'll give an example. The Zoom that we're on right now is over $8,000 a month. This Zoom will hold 20,000 people. But I'm going to tell you the truth. When we hit 14,000, somewhere around 14, and the chat is on, it's a disaster. And this doesn't have, I don't want to say it doesn't have any, but most of that problem is Zoom itself. You can set up any package you want, but if you really can't deliver, what's the difference? The price is so high that how many people are paying $8 grand a month for Zoom? They're not going to do it. They'll get a smaller package and they might have certain subsidiary companies doing the same thing. They never all get together. But I don't think this Zoom, even for $8 grand, 8,500, whatever it is, could hold 20,000 people. Yeah, they'll be there, but you're gonna have people popping in and popping out and popping in and popping out. And like these gentlemen said, because they are IT experts, there'll be enhancers on passive to help the people that have poor bandwidth. Can they solve it? No, it can't be solved, because if you look online right now, one of the biggest bottlenecks, and these guys know better than I do, one of the biggest bottlenecks in the tech company and internet is bandwidth or delivering of information and data back and forth. Either the person receiving can't handle it, or the person trying to send it doesn't have it. And that's where you see that, people are talking about how come we can't all sing? Because there's a migration across the internet. I'll give you an example. I could call you, Ron, and Unpassive is down. I could call Bob and it's running fine. Now, they had shut it down and lifted it back up, but it's not a light switch like we see it, because it's migrated across the world through different internet, satellite or whatever. Where this is really going to pick up, and because Ash is thinking way, way ahead, when he starts putting extra satellites up for Papua New Guinea and these other countries that don't have the access, internally, I believe Oliver or even Bob said, the foundation that we have will compensate when the industry, but we're actually ahead of where we need to be. Some of it we may not even be able to use 100%, but as things, look, we got 4.6 billion people using the internet. That leaves almost another 4 billion that don't. And technology will raise that. So we'll get bigger and better and bigger. And as long as the foundation is big like this, man, we're going to see some really awesome, awesome things. And like Bob and Oliver said, machine learning is picture on passive starting in kindergarten. It's not quite that low, but let's say it starts at kindergarten. Every day that there's a comment or a suggestion or something happens, it stores it and learns from it. So the next time Bob comes on, or Oliver, or Peter, or Lisa, and asks that question, it goes really quickly to go, okay, I've answered that question like this, and this 550,000 times, but this one seemed to solve the problem the quickest. They'll go to that question first, that answer first. I hope I'm making sense. I'm not technical like these guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is so cool. But everybody says Ash talks in code. Newsflash, he does. Because he's talking to everybody at each level of educating online. I don't know, most people don't know all this technical stuff. There's a handful that do. When they see it, like Charles Osong and Bob and Oliver, they saw this opportunity and said, this guy built what in how much time?
Yeah.
$97. You're thinking, I'll pay $97,000, right? I mean, that's why they get into it. They get it. Now, marketers don't get it. Why? Because they can't make money on day one. That's really sad, because now the marketers are going to come in after the fact under us, which is even better. But technical people see this and go, holy cow. Because it's huge. I'm sorry I interrupted you guys.
No, that's
It's
good,
fine.
man.
It's fine.
I'm fascinated listening to it. Anyway, I just wanted to add a little bit where I could, that for us normal people here, that how to tie it all together. That's all.
All right.
Thank you. That was helpful, Marty. Appreciate it. We have Kevin Rutledge here. Hi, Kevin.
Hi, Lynn. Thank you. And thanks to the gentlemen for their time and expertise tonight. My question's kind of been answered. I think Marty helped me out with it, and but it was more on what William was saying with the fiber optic. I got to thinking, about what like with current internet provider now, are we gonna, with this newer technology, with this, are we gonna need, a better internet connect? Are we gonna need is fiber optic gonna make that much difference, or is this technology, does it run just as well on, anything? I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, remember that Ash keep reminding us that we are going to build technology, anything that is useful, not what we want, is what the people want. that will build. Fiber optic is also one of the leading now. It's expensive. They use it in the hospital. They use it fiber optic also everywhere. So we would not like to go into that discussion because Ash has not opened the door for that. But
Right.
we in the tech industry, when we look at things, we try to visualize or say, hey, this might also be part of it, because Ash has not mentioned it. But since we are in the tech industry, we know what is there and we can see things in a different way. So I would not want us to get into that discussion because Ash has not mentioned it and it's not in any of the features in any of our products.
Right.
Yeah, I apologize for that. I didn't ask a very good question.
It's okay.
I'll ask a better one. O-Connect. Well, are we going to need? Will O-Connect run better on fiber optic than it will on, say, I can't think of the term that what I'm using now. It's not fiber optic, but it's it's high speed internet.
You're using Wi-Fi. You're using Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I guess it's
probably.
Wi-Fi. Okay,
Wi-Fi.
thanks, Marty. But I mean, so is O-Connect, are we going to see a huge difference from people who have fiber optic and have O-Connect compared to the people who have Wi-Fi?
Regular. I would think so. I would think that performance will be better than those with regular, Wi-Fi.
Yes.
Because I'm just a common sense guy. You know what I mean? I'm thinking better technology, more demand. So you're going to want better connection.
Right.
I mean,
also remember that artificial intelligence is the most destructive. Now, that goes with, you can use AI for almost everything.
Sure.
It's the most destructive technology that you can see on this planet Earth today. In telecommunication, it will be perfect, 100%. And the security, it comes with its own security.
The way I look at AI is experience, and it gains experience.
Yes,
rapidly.
Yeah, with time it perfects itself. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you. I think that's all I had. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you, Kevin. Hi, David Switzer. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'd like to add to that a little bit. Hey, I just got new cable service or internet service to my house, and I think it's fiber optic. And what I really like that I used to have AT&T, and AT&T used to break down all the time, and I always have a big problem with that. It would just shut the whole town down when they have a glitch in the line or something. But right now I have the new Wi-Fi right now, and I really like it because it doesn't shut down like hardly ever. And I don't have any problem with it at all. I mean, actually, it runs really good, and the price wise is about the same, not a little bit cheaper, to tell you the truth. But yeah, I think it works really good. So, comment.
Thank you.
Yeah, fiber optic is good, but like I said, fiber optic is not our thing now. So I don't really want to get into that conversation. But you cannot. Fiber optic is good. Like Verizon, like you say, you have Verizon, you don't have any issues in your house because Verizon take fiber optic cable direct to your house. It's not like other cable company that they use the coax cable. Coax cable, they'll use fiber optic to maybe at the junction get into your house, and then they take coax cable from that box, from that fiber optic box on the junction to your house. That's why when there's any thunderstorm, whatever, the whole of that neighborhood that uses that coax cable, they all shut down. But when you have fiber optics from Verizon that comes direct to your house, if your neighbor do have a problem, it will affect only that your neighbor. It will not affect you because you use fiber optic cable. But like I said, I don't want us to get into that discussion because it's not part of OnPassive.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Hi, Ron. Go ahead and unmute yourself, Ron.
Hello. I happen to be in the technical field myself, and so I just wanted to give everybody a little glimpse of what I know about what we're talking about here. First of all, there's the thing that's coming out. It's called 5G. It's the wireless system that's coming out that's actually going to translate everything that we're talking about. basically everywhere where there's fiber cable, there's going to be a tower, there's going to be a way for that Wi-Fi connection to get to that fiber connection. And that's really going to be the speed of our system. Another thing that's important is we're using AWS. It's Amazon Web Services. So all of the Amazon warehouses are all fiber connected, which means there's Amazon warehouses everywhere. So they're tapping and using those fiber connections to provide us with their version of an internet. And that's what Ash is using. He picked a very good company to do that because it's the only one out there that does it. So for right now, but also Elon Musk is putting satellites in space that will tap into another form of wireless connection. So it'll be a Wi-Fi type connection also. So what's basically going to happen is we're all going to be on a wireless connection because wired connections are much slower. And if they've got a ceiling, and we've reached that ceiling, so we can't stuff any more down the wire. But fiber optic is way different. It's like 1,000 wires put together. And then they're all being simultaneously used separately and having different communications down each wire. So that's why you can beef up and speed up your bandwidth because you've got more depth and more data depth to that that can travel at the split second. So, and then we're also expanding all of this when the 5G and all this comes together, which is about 2 years out before it's all done, and not everywhere in the world, but in the major parts of the world. We'll be at speeds that are 100 times faster than the normal speed today. So we won't have to worry about speed anymore. So we are going to have to scale up to this. People that have slower bandwidth now will be affected, but at the same time, the artificial intelligence that we are providing will be able to, you know how we on these Zoom meetings, sometimes when we got an audio problem, we just tell them to turn off the video. That's what we're doing, is we're decreasing the bandwidth at their location. At least allowing to use less so we can get a clearer signal. Artificial intelligence will do that behind the scenes for you, so that you don't have to worry about it. And that's what's going to make it better for anybody that's on our platform.
Yep. Thank you, Ron.
That's what I know.
Yep.
Thank you, Ron. Appreciate
You're
it.
welcome. Mm-hmm.
Mike Kubik, you're up. Unmute yourself, please.
Hi. Yes.
Hello.
Hello. When I was listening to Connect, it came to my mind that this is also opportunity within the area that I work, and how much that's going to be helpful because of the futures of on-passive Connect. I work as a player's agent, and I work in the football. So whenever I had to bring player, and I did from South America and from Japan, in fact, to Europe, on the end, I had to go to Europe to sign the contract. I wasn't able to do that because of the existing technology. That did not allow me to do that because the process in order to sign a player is pretty complex. And when I'm listening to when I was listening today, the presentation, when I was listening to the fact that the integration of the videos on Connect possess, the translation, the clear reception, that is just fantastic. I'm saying that the potential clubs, as a player's agent that I used to be, I had to pretty much stop doing it because it was too expensive for me to go to Europe to sign the contract or deal with different clubs in different language. I can tell you that this is going to be very, very important for the clubs to be able to be part of it. Because basically the contract can be signed like I'm in Canada, and if I am moving players, let's say from Europe to China or from China to Europe, I can do that in that different language. I can have the clear reception. I can integrate the video of the player to show his matches. This is just perfect system. to do. And this is just my thoughts on how
Yeah.
could be used.
Thank you, Mike. And we have audit. Audit is another tool that you can use. Audit is like another out of the box, utility that you use to do your videos and create, add, whatever you want to add, and then integrate it to whatever you're doing. So.
No, yes, sounds really good. Fantastic.
Yep.
System.
It's really going to change how business is done, right?
Yep.
In the past, it was very a labored process, but with our products, a variety of our products, it's really going to make things easier, going to save corporations and people a lot of money and time and travel. It's big game changer. We're really affecting the world in a very positive way, I think. Yes, Mike?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing that with us. Appreciate it. All right. Any more comments about O-Connect? Any questions? If not, I'll leave it up to Uncle Bob and Uncle Oliver to decide if you want to continue with O-Connect or go on to O-Chat.
I'll continue O-Chat. O-Chat is my baby.
Yeah, but before you continue, please, I have an emergency. I need to go pick my daughter now. I'm sorry. I might connect room with my phone.
No problem.
No problem.
Okay.
Family
thank you.
first, always.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Oliver.
Yes, Sandra.
All right, we have Sandra Fennings who would like to ask a question. Good to see you, Sandra. Let's make sure the interpreter is unmuted. Let me do that for you, Sandra. Give me a second. All right. Both interpreters are unmuted. They should be able to speak now. They may have to do that. *6. I don't hear the interpreter. And whoever the interpreter is, can you hit *6? *6, it may unmute you so you can interpret for Sandra, please.
Lynn, if they don't, yeah, there you go, Lynn. You know what to do now.
The interpreter, no speaking. What happened to the interpreter? Are you using VRS? VRS? Oh, because I don't hear it. They have to maybe *6. Interpreter, click *6 now. Try and tell them. Can Lynn interpret for me? I can. You want me to interpret? She says, I'm going to talk for a short time, so go ahead and interpret if you don't mind. Thank you. I just want to ask a question. I teach ASL through Zoom meetings, and I'm curious about how it connects as far as me teaching sign language. Can the hearing person then automatically speak English with that AI power from ASL to English, spoken English? Just curious if it would work for me.
I'm not sure about that. That's probably a question for Mr. Ash. I know that, I think the speech to text translate, they can read on their screen, but I'm not sure how that works. That's something that you have to actually see the design requirement documents and then understand detailing how the system works. So we are just looking at it from the outside. So I'm not sure. I can't really answer that question.
Lynn, I believe Ash Mafara said that he's going to do whatever it takes.
Yeah.
If you can think it, he's going to do it and help out the deaf community. So I wouldn't worry. I think he's got some special things, definitely that's going to help our beautiful brothers and sisters out with that situation. So keep smiling there, young lady.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great. That's all I wanted to know. Thank you. I'm really excited and looking forward to using O-Connect. I'm excited about it. Thank you. O-Connect, yeah. I'm just fascinated by the discussion, by the presentation. Great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Sandra. Right. Now we're back to, do we have any more hands raised? Oh, Engineer Mike. Hello, go ahead.
Hello, Lynn. So I have, it's just an addition to what the lady asked. On one of the webinars, I saw that was a concern, and I brought it out to Mike Ellis. And Mike Ellis, I think all of us here were on that webinar, and he responded to me. He said there is no single person that Ash Mufareh has left out while configuring all the systems. So all the products we have, everything. The only thing is, maybe they will not come at the same time when we're launching,
Okay.
but with time, everything will be integrated for everybody because he is building this system for everybody, not for himself. As he's sharing, which is the vulnerability of his heart, he wants to share with all of us. So every other thing will be incorporated, if not now, in the future as we move along. Thank you.
Good point, Mike. I believe that you can give some feedback, Sandra, maybe email support, and they could give that information to the appropriate department. I think that would be a good thing to do because I have my own suggestions for OConnect as well, because I use OConnect, I use Zoom now with deaf, and it's really not a good platform for deaf and hard of hearing. It's really poor. It's not designed for, it's an audio based platform, right? Because when we speak, the system automatically focuses on me because I'm speaking. And then when somebody else speaks, then the system focuses on that person. So it's audio based, and deaf people who don't speak, they're using sign language. So every time we want to, we need to focus on that person, that deaf person signing, not speaking, but signing. We have to spotlight it or pin the person. And it's a very tedious process. It doesn't make webinars go very well when you're using Zoom. So we're looking forward to hopefully that OConnect will keep in mind the needs of the deaf user. But again, Sandra, I would maybe go ahead and email support and ask them to pass it on to whoever is on the team working on OConnect. I would give your suggestions. Yeah, thank you. She said yes. I will email support, she says. Okay, great. Thank you. All right. I think that's it for questions as far as OConnect. Take it away, Bob and Oliver.
All right. Yes. So we're going to also talk about OChat, the way we see it from the outside, what we believe, how it all comes together. I'm really, really excited and love OChat. And I was very, 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 very excited, very pleased when I heard Mr. Ash on Monday. He said OChat, or part of OChat, was also going to be part of the deployment when OFounder is released, right? I think I heard that correctly because I wrote it down. So I was very, very excited. OChat to me is a very significant product. Very significant product. OChat is where Mr. Ash Mufareh and our partners in Hyderabad has used artificial intelligence to its core. OChat has demonstrated how these people have worked using artificial intelligence. OChat is actually a customized conversational intelligent chatbot using artificial intelligence. OChat is a virtual agent. OChat is a virtual agent. It's like our employee, our virtual employee. You see, OChat is, to me, OChat is the reason why Mr. Ash Mufareh and most of us, we actually go out there and we talk to people. We tell them you don't have to, we're not recruiting people here. We're just sharing this information, right? The system, Mr. Ash is pledging to all of us that he's going to build our businesses for us. So who is the, and sometimes we face people are aggressive when we say, hey, you don't have to do anything, come on. So a rational person will be like, what do you mean? There's nobody who can make money without working for it. So that makes sense for them to be apprehensive. Well, but when you don't understand the technology that's behind, then you become skeptical. OChat is our virtual agent. OChat is the person working for us while we're asleep. Remember this, Mr. Ash Mufara had told us at one point that there's going to be a day where you check your back office before you go to bed. You check your back office, you go to bed, you wake up in the morning, you check your back office again, and then you run out naked and scream because of the money that you see in your wallet. So what has happened in that time span? OChat is the one doing the work for you while you're asleep. So they have used artificial intelligence here at its apex. There's a process in artificial intelligence called the natural language generator or natural language processing that focuses on the cognitive ability of the system, how the system interacts with humans. They have programmed these things such that you are going to come to the system, like customers will come, you will interact with OChat, you have a session with this product, you finish that session and you will not know that you were not dealing with a human being. You think you'll be convinced that you have dealt with a human being from the beginning of your connection till when you are half satisfied with the service that you received. OChat is trained. In fact, in our team, we believe that OChat is a woman. OChat knows everything about our system. You see, OChat knows everything. And so OChat, when you interact with OChat, it looks at, it tries to study you, it understands you, understands where your location, where you are. It figures out what your age is, your mode, and your gender. You know, OChat picks up all those characteristics and stores it and keeps that information about you. And then it keeps the previous conversation, like let's say if you had come to the system before, OChat will remember all the conversation that you had. And then let's say, for instance, you are somebody in England or something like that, you know, OChat will remember like, oh, how is England? Was it snow day today? Is it cold? No, we know London is always like foggy and cold. Like OChat can interact with you that way and ask you based on your prior conversation. And then it sets up, you know, it uses another artificial intelligence component, robotic process. So it sets up tasks that are repetitive. So OChat is the guy who does all this for us while we're asleep. We have a theory, you know, the way we look at it, what is going to happen when OnPassive launches. Remember, our founder is a master of traffic generation online. He knows how to send customers online. And I believe that is when everything is said and done, when he's putting everything together, when the whole company is set and done, then his work comes in. Now is the time for Mr. Mufara to drive traffic to us. We believe that he's going to start this work. Australia is where the day dawns in Australia. So like right now, today is tomorrow in Australia. So Australia is already up right now. We believe that the algorithms are going to start from Australia. Remember, we have about 5 billion people on Earth. 5 billion. 5 billion people, 5 billion, about 5 billion customers online, sorry. Okay, 4.65 billion. So that's our target market. We know that Mr. Ash is, if you're online, he can find you and present something to you. So it's going to probably start from Australia, send us those algorithms, they are pointing them towards us while we're asleep. From Australia, what happens? It goes to India, Pakistan, Bangladesh. You have an office in Bangladesh, China. That's about 3 billion people, right, or more. The algorithms are going to be sending customers to all of us. It goes down to Africa, comes to Middle East, Dubai, then North America. When those customers are pushed and they're directed to us, all of us, maybe lynnakamato.com is your domain, you're branded. Customers are going to hit your website with all the products that we're talking about. They're going to come to buy those products that they have been driven to your website. So when these customers come, Who do they meet? OChat. OChat is our virtual agent, our virtual employee, is the one who is going to be there taking those questions, giving them free trials, taking payments, creating your wallet. OChat is also, OChat understands the system. So they will ask, customers will be asking probably questions, business, business analysts will answer business questions, system questions, issues that the OChat is going to be answering all those questions while you're asleep. So OChat is our virtual agent, our virtual employee. Now, OChat is also it's a smart, intelligent product. OChat is very smart. Remember, we have customers from all over the world. Everywhere, every corner of the world. We are in 212 countries. So some of those customers speak Chinese, French, German, right? OChat understands, can speak those languages. Remember, I have a language translator already, auto translator. So OChat understands those. OChat can communicate with these customers simultaneously. And OChat being virtual, that means OChat could be replicated. So if you have you can have 5 customers at the same time. OChat is discussing with all these customers at the same time, taking customers, taking orders, giving free trials, crediting your wallet and stuff like that. So OChat is doing all this while you are asleep. That is why Mr. Mufara is saying that you're going to wake up, when you come back, you look at your wallet, you'll be crazy. You go outside and you scream. OChat is a very, very significant product, and I was very pleased to see that it's also going to be part of the products that are being rolled out with O-Founders as it seemed eminent. Artificial intelligence, very, very highly sophisticated and well delivered. They have proven the worth of OPA. This is one of those tools that are also not limited to us. Every single company that's out there is also going to want to use OChat, this our particular OChat, because it enhances your company, works for you. I mean, increase output and all that kind of stuff. So I just wanted to bring this OChat out and highlight it to all of us, because it's also a very, very, very significant product that we should always have at the back of our mind. And this is part of the reason why our founder has been very, very consistent in saying that I'm going to build up. Don't worry, it is automated. This is part of the automation of OnPassive. What it does for you, you don't have to do anything. Is because we have this guy, and then it has one. Let me end with this very, very important feature that it has. Of course, it's a system. Customers will come, it will interact with you seamlessly. You will not know that it is a machine, not a human. You would think that it's a human. But should it be the case where at some point things, OChat cannot really deliver what it is supposed to deliver? Mr. Mufara and our guys in Hyderabad have done something very superb here. The system is going to synchronize. OChat is going to synchronize with the support. And then a live person will show up in your screen. That's what Mr. Mufara said. And I noted that. I was like, wow, a live person is going to come up. So at that moment now, you'll be dealing with a live person. So, and then you'll definitely be convinced that all throughout this time you have been dealing with a human being. And then they'll continue your session from there and try to resolve your problem. OChat is a huge, huge deal. I believe that it's one of the products that we should be talking about frequently, especially, and we were at the point where we're about to roll out, but, to boost people's confidence, to know that, hey, this is a product, this is the guy that's working for us, this is our virtual employee, our virtual agent. This is artificial intelligence at its core. Yes.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Do other companies have this virtual agents that they sell, this product, or are we the only one that has it?
This one is, they have different, if you go to any company, right, they have their own chatbot functionality. There are 2 kinds. You have what the regular chatbot, they use what they call natural language understanding. It's just the keyboard, the chat or just understands their keystrokes and things like that, right? As you're responding, you're chatting with the person. It's the chatbot that or where we have now, they are responding based on their keystrokes and things like that, and they're trying to understand what you're doing. But this OChat, it is trying to understand exactly, it has some cognitive abilities that it's like a human being, the way it is programmed. So it is a little bit different from the regular chatbot technology that we have out there.
Okay, I'm happy because I don't like those chatbots. They're a waste of time. They're very robotic, and they usually don't answer my question. And it's
this
very
chatbot
frustrating.
And then this chatbot it stores your information. So when you come back next time, it will remember everything that you guys discover, and it will ask you. You would actually really believe that this is a human being, somebody who knows you. That's the way the thing is programmed. It's been configured. So it is totally different.
And then when they communicate with us, will it be through speech or text? The chatbot.
It could be through text or speech. But mostly when you are chatting, mostly it will be text, right? You are typing in and they're typing back. Yeah. But it could be both.
And it will be in our native, and it will be in our native language.
You can speak. Of course, if you are in China, you are in China, you are communicating with the system, you will be communicating with you in Chinese, right?
Yes. So it will be smart enough to know what language we speak because of our location. I guess
your
that
location, your system
IP tracker thing, right?
It picks you up, it picks you up from where you are. Yes.
That's wonderful.
Very intelligent.
Remarkable.
Yeah, it's a customized, intelligent, smart chatbot technology.
And what if, let's say, 100,000 customers ask question at the same time? So they're asking for help because we're going to have a high volume of customers. Will that be handled by that?
It is virtual, right? It is virtual. So that means it can be replicated. If you have 100 customers, there can be 100 instances of the OChat dealing with all those people. It's virtual.
That's great. It's exciting. Amazing.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Mike Kubik. He has a question, I believe. Go ahead, Mike.
Yes, this is another example of technological advancement. The times we are living in.
That will work for you, Mike. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and my question is, just in case, let's say there is a transaction going on between the artificial intelligence or chat and somebody, there is some misunderstanding. Is it also backup of a live person just in case it's needed?
Yes. I just said it. Anytime that the system, like when you call, like this regular phone, you call a phone, you are trying to talk to somebody, press 1, press 2, at some point, you just press 00, it gets you to the support, to the customer service, and you speak to a real life person. Now, anytime that the system is going to encounter any difficulty, right, that it doesn't really understand what is going on, it will synchronize with the support.
Fantastic.
And then a real life person will take over.
Amazing. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Can you talk about how OChat is going to be desired by many corporations out there?
Of course, yes. Just imagine what I just explained, how it works, right? It's going to save a lot of company money. Like my friend Oliver said before he left, CEOs are going to flow in to get OChat because it's going to cut cost for the company. You will not need that many. OChat is remember, it's working. She doesn't get tired. She doesn't get tired. She's working 24/7, all night, all day. So by the time the actual employees come in the day, they have solved most of the questions, and you have customers all around the globe. The OChat is constantly working around the clock. So most companies are going to want to use on-passive OChat because it's coming in. If they implement it in your system, it's going to save your company a whole lot of money. Customer service. We won't do away with all the customer service agents, of course, but little issues that are easily resolvable. Like, for instance, imagine somebody coming in and OChat is able to give them free trial, 7-day free trial, or take their payment. You know, answer those, and those are the typical things that people go to systems to do, right? Make a purchase or make a payment, and OChat is able to handle that transaction without you interacting with a human. That is huge for most companies. It's potential savings.
You know, Bob.
Yes.
It's we need not lose sight also that these CEOs, when they look at this stuff and they come in for OChat or whatever, they're going to purchase a package,
Yes.
and they're going to get every product that Unpassive has.
You got it, Ron. That's
you know, and when they see that kind of a value for whatever the package is going to be, 250, 300, whatever, you know, to a CEO, myself, a former business owner, that's amazing.
Yeah.
You know, that's an amazing savings to my company. Okay. And unfortunately, you'll be able to cut down on some staff. Okay. Which is, it's got its pros and cons, but it's just, I don't think people can wait to see what we've got coming out. It's exciting.
It's exciting.
It's very, very exciting. And you guys, you and Oliver, Bob, are a wealth of information. I wish I knew what you.
I know, no, we're looking at it from the outside, but this thing, Mr. Ash Mufara is a man and a half.
Yes, he is. Yes, he
is in a world of its own.
But he thinks of us instead of him. You know, and that's what's special about him. There is no other, and will be no other company like Unpassive.
Nope.
It is built from the ground up, you know, like you said, but it is built from the heart.
Yeah.
You know, and when you put your heart into something as like Unpassive, okay, and you can share with billions of people all this technology that we're sharing at a lower price point than anybody else. There's no limit.
Yeah. And the
you know, like see you all at the top. Yeah. You know, I tell everybody, see you at the top. Bring your own.
See at the top where yes we pop.
Okay.
There is a particular product that in my company right now, if we were to OSTAF, for instance, it's OSTAF. OSTAF is an amazing product for amazing savings for most companies.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
If we were to implement OSTAF in my company right now, we'll eliminate about 4 different corporations. I mean, major corporations are gone with just one, with OSTAF coming in from their HR, human resource management, payroll, benefits administration, and applicant tracking. You know, those are these are 4 different huge applications that we use. We all get paid. Right? We all get paid.
Yes.
So we use ADP. I think most companies use ADP. We have ADP. We do our, you know, HR stuff like training, you know, your performance, benefit administration, and things like that. We use Workday.
Thousands of dollars saved.
Yeah,
thousands of dollars saved just by cutting down to one product. Those staff.
Yeah. To enter our timesheet every day, we all employees, but you still put your time in so that they keep track of it and how they report it and all that, right?
Right.
We use Daptive. That's another corporation by itself. Most companies, mid-sized, large companies, they have their HR, they have their applicant tracking where they keep track of employee management and training and things like that. We have a different system. Yes. That's potential major savings for a company. Chat is going to push that. So that when this guy comes and buys a product, that CEO, all those products are made available to the CEO.
You know, we share with a lot of people about Unpassive, and I did a post today that it just came to my mind that if you don't see the value in unpassive, you need to check your pulse.
Yeah.
You need to make sure you're still living, because this is a no-brainer. We've said that for there's people here that's been here 3 years. It's said it's a no-brainer, and that just kind of carries out to the end. And this boat is leaving.
Yeah.
And it's the only boat in the world with the most advanced AI engineering that anybody else has. So it's we've got about 7 minutes left.
Yeah.
If anybody has any more questions for Bob about OChat, sorry, Lynn, I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
Not at all. There are a couple of people with their hands raised.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mike, you want to go ahead?
Hey, Ron. Thank you
Hey.
again. Good evening. So I used to listen to a lot of presentations where people used to present, and I stay very keen to get the details of it. In one of the presentations I have used to hear, Marty told us that in even the old chat, you will have so many questions and answers. So you don't even, when you're sleeping, you don't even need to know what is happening. So it has like a box of gazillions of questions and answers. So when you just ask the question, he gives you the answer immediately. It's not like it goes to think, because it's using artificial intelligence. So when you ask a question, it is smart enough to just give you the response like instantly. Like as if it is somebody typing immediately. I was amazed when, Marty said that the other time, then I went to like try to look at it. I'm like, wow, just imagine in seconds you type and it responds to you, because he has a database of huge number of gazillions of questions and answers. So I'm not sure you will be asking any question out of the box with machine learning.
Machine
And
learning,
artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
It gives you the response so in the thick of, seconds, milliseconds. That's just what I was just thinking about. So let me just throw it there too. Thank you very much.
Good point. Yeah, it gets better with, that's the beauty of artificial intelligence. It gets better with time, because it collects this massive amount of data, it does the analysis, and then it does the predictive analysis. You understand? So you can predict. Yeah.
Bob, it's like a good scotch. It gets better with age.
It gets better with age, or a good wine. Yes.
Here.
Oh, chess. No, I don't have none today.
Okay, Abdua, go ahead.
Abdua.
Bob, I get excited every time I hear you. Engineer Mike and Oliver.
Thank you.
I really do enjoy when you guys come on. In my profession, I have to stay on top of technology, and it excites me.
Yeah.
And you can contest to this, that in 2019, our Earl supercomputer tested, and it was tried, that it moved 200 quadrillion calculations per second. And here we are talking about artificial intelligence, machine learning, and that the magnitude of what Mr. Asmafar has put together. I don't think everybody in here really understand what we have our hand on. We are further advanced than any other company out there presently. And Mr. Ash keeps saying we are already 10 years ahead. So what do that mean? That means we have more things in development, more things at our hand than any other company. And like Bob said, and Oliver said, and Engineer Mike keeps saying, that the system that Mr. Ash and the technicians in India has put together, there's no other company in the world that can compare to what we have.
Yep.
There's no other company out there compared to what we have. I know all of us not technology, but being that I have been, because of my profession, I have to stay in it. There is no other company out there to compare to what we have. If everybody really knew what we have, we'll be jumping over flips backwards. Thank you, Bob.
Thank you. And just to add to that, to what Abdul is saying, look, I am inside the house right now, guys. As I speak to you, I'm inside the house. I'm walking inside. So I'm not just coming in currently I'm inside. The tools that we are bringing, there's no match. There's no match. Nobody's going to match on passive for the nearest future. I kid you not. And we're talking about artificial intelligence. They are built, integrated from, like Oliver said, from the scratch. You know, artificial intelligence is a way of life. I think the CEO of Alibaba, Jack Ma, in one of his speeches recently, he's advising us, all of us, to let our children be involved with artificial intelligence. Now, that's what they're saying. We can't do without artificial intelligence, guys. The founder of, the CEO of Google, here's what he says about artificial intelligence. He says that the impact of artificial intelligence, right, is going to be greater than the impact of electricity to mankind. The impact of artificial intelligence is going to be greater than the impact of electricity to mankind. So you imagine that. This is the CEO of Google who's saying that. And we are at the top. We are at the top. We are leading the way, guys.
You know, we've even topped NASA. Okay.
Yep.
Because when we launch, we don't have to worry about the weather. We don't have to worry about mechanical breakdowns. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And if the CEO of Google and Amazon and some of these others were smart, they become a founder.
Yeah.
They become a founder.
They'll become a founder.
Because imagine what a passive could do for them. Yeah. And it's been an honor, Bob and Oliver, if you're listening on your phone. It's been an honor tonight. You guys are a wealth of information. I appreciate Lynn getting you guys on here. It's been awesome. It's been educational.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what people wanted. I think people needed to hear about these programs and explained in detail like you guys have done. So I want to thank you. And I want to wish the birthday people a happy birthday again. I want to thank Marty and Kevin and Chris and all of our leader friends that are on here with us. From the bottom of my heart, we appreciate you. We love you. And we're going to see you at the top. So I'll turn it back over to Lynn to close us out.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Ron. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you for coming, Uncle Bob and Uncle Oliver. We appreciate you. I think you were able to explain it in a way that most of us could understand, you know, in layman's terms. And that means a lot to all of us, because sometimes technology can be very overwhelming. But when you bring it down to a level that we can relate to, that really is a benefit to all of us. So I appreciate you coming today and sharing the wealth of your knowledge and your experience with us. For both you and Oliver, we appreciate you a lot. Hopefully you can come back, because I think we would like to hear about OSTAF and OTracker in particular. I know you were thinking about discussing that. So we would love to have both of you back, and Engineer Mike as well. Engineer Mike, who's also in the field, could also help chime in, right, Mike? You can be part of that. So,
yes,
thank
Lynn,
you.
no problem. Anything for you will always be there. We all winners, right?
Yes,
Where's
we are.
Richard? Where's Richard? On the dance with Richard.
Where's Richard's dad?
Richard, where's him?
So we want to say happy birthday to our 3 birthday people. Oh, what were you going to say? Mike, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I just want to say that when I originally was deciding to join, it wasn't because of the artificial intelligence. It wasn't because of the products that I'm learning in the process. It was about the fact, unheard of, that it's going to be shared the wealth by CEO with everyone. That was the reason. That was the humanitarian foundation that I joined. But I'm never looking back now, as I am in the process and I see all the products and everything else around that. But that's the reason that I joined. I just want to say that.
That's wonderful. I believe we're here for various reasons. The technology is amazing, but the humanitarian aspect of Ash Mufara and this company is something special. I think Ash has spread it to us. You know what I mean? Some of us came here just with the idea of making money through Untacit. But as time went on, as we hear Ash speak and we hear his heart for humanity, I think a lot of us have become humanitarians. So I think we're going to bless the world. Unpassive is just very special, and so is Ash. So thank you everybody for coming tonight. We're going to end here. We can unmute ourselves and say bye to each other.
Thank you, Lynn.
Aloha. This was amazing.
Happy birthday, William.
Good job, Bob.
Night.
Good night, everybody.
Happy birthday, Richard.
Happy birthday,
Rona.
From Canada. Good job.
Good night from Canada.
Canada.
Richard.
Happy
Birthday to you.
Mercy, you were here.
Happy birthday to you.
Good job,
Happy
Bob.
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy
Happy birthday, Christina.
Good, Richard.
Happy birthday to you. Richard, happy birthday to you. William, happy birthday. Joyeux
I just realized Marty made me the host. He's so quiet about it. He made me the host. People Marty to end. I'm like, oh, I have to end it.
Joyeux
Mike.